Gente de Bodyweight Nate, bienvenido. Alright guys, my Ecuador vlogs are out. You should definitely go check them. There's like 12 episodes, really fun stuff on my YouTube. Okay, moving on. Handstand push-up level 3. So in level 2, we started to wean off the elbows from our crow pose to start to build that bent arm strength, okay? So in level 3, we're transitioning even deeper to completely not use the knees. I said elbows before, now I meant knees, to completely not use the knees in that bent arm press position, okay? So if you're in a crows and you're not relying on your knees as support, you're in the bottom of a handstand push-up, also what I like to call a bent arm hold. Okay, so let's find our crow positioning. Meeting on the ground, my hands are about shoulder width apart, whatever's most comfortable for you. You're gonna find your grip. I'm gonna use spider grip to recruit that forearm strength. Okay, externally rotate the arms where my elbow pits are facing forward, and that allows me to bend the elbows, okay? So we are going to hold, like I just said, a crow pose, but now we're not going to use the weight on our knees anymore, so we're converting it to a bent arm hold. So we're going to start in the exact same crow position, okay? So I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm going to stack my knee joint on my elbow joint as I press through the ball of the foot, okay? I'm here. And as I push away from the ground, I protract. See that neutral? Protraction. And then as I lean, I depress. Neutral, depress to counterbalance my body. Okay, after I depress, that's gonna lock my spine into core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, engage the heels towards the glutes. Here we go, I'm depressed. Here we go. So now my right knee is going to come off. I'm going to lean even deeper, and then my left knee is going to come off. I know I teased you into that, but I'm going to lean more to find my spine in that diagonal shape to counter out the handstand push-up position or the bent arm press. So the more you can depress and the more you can lean, the easier it's going to be to align your shoulders and hips in that diagonal position. If I became more linear, more on a horizontal plane, that's going to be more related to a bent arm planche, which we will cover later, but that would be awkward because our knees would be in the way. So going through all your cues, go ahead, find the crow, right knee to center, lean left knee, we're going to hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come down. So now we're going to switch. The left knee is going to meet the right, and you're holding. And remember, when I'm in that bottom position, I'm depressing, okay? That's going to help. Depression is pushing, okay? So that's going to help lock out my core compression, posterior pelvic tilt to keep my spine in that strong shape. Okay, let's do the other side. You stay where you're at. I'm going to flip around. Okay. Find your hand placement, find your grip, externally rotate the arms, lock the knee joints and the elbow joints, press through the toes, protract, push away. Okay, heels to glutes as I lean, depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Left, right, we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Good, guys, you should really feel it in the shoulders here, and a little bit in the upper chest. That really gets it fired up. It gets it real fired up in here. So let's do second round each side. Go ahead and catch your ujjayi. Okay, we're depressing the shoulders, engaging the core, engaging the glutes to curl into posterior pelvic tilt. Tuck the chin, relax the jaw, soften the tongue, soften the eyes, close the eyes. Inhale, expand the diaphragm for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more breaths. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll let you do this breath on your own. Keeping your spine chain locked and everything from your heart up relaxed. Okay, remember, as the knees come off, we lean and depress. Our depression is locking out that spine. Honestly, I can't even say that enough. when it comes to a lot of strength stuff is depression. Okay? Depression in your shoulders, not your heart. Here we go. Hand placement. Find your grip. Externally rotate the arms. Lock the knee joints and the elbow joints. Heels to glutes. Protract. I'm pressing away. Protraction. Okay. Lean. Depression. Core compression. Posterior pelvic tilt. Right knee. Left knee. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we slowly come out. Good, guys, good. Do this, as many times as you like, just to start to get comfortable. And they're just fun. Here we go. Find your hand placement. Grip, external rotation, knee joints and elbow joints. Press through the ball of the feet. Protract, press away from the ground. Heels to glutes. Depress, compress, posterior, left knee, right knee. I'm depressed for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we slowly come out of it. All right, guys. So we're starting Kachi Ujjayi to get comfortable at the bottom of a handstand push-up shape without relying with weight on our knees. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start to extend one leg, okay? So it's like a single leg crow, non-assisted. So it'd be a single leg bent arm hold. I'm not sure if we're doing a dynamic or static yet. I'm about to decide in a few moments here. So let's take 3 more Ujjayis, tuning into your heart and diaphragm. Exhale into the body. Inhale, breathing in new spirit energy. Feel the power in your heart as you breathe. You guys are doing a beautiful job. This is not easy stuff. And just take your time. Make sure you do the wrist and shoulder warm up. I am creating a plasticity stretching program that will be super beneficial after workouts when the blood and oxygen's going. It's really good to isolate with, I believe, plasticity stretches to really strengthen that connective tissue in the areas you just worked. This one, we're just gonna do static holds since we're getting into more intense positions. We're gonna do 5 to 6 second holds here, okay guys? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in the exact same crow shape. Once I lift both knees off, we're gonna extend our right leg. That bad boy's gonna stay out there, like I said, for 2 to 3 breaths, 5 to 6 seconds. And as I lean, right, I'm isolating my depression, pushing away to hold my spine to counter out that leg extending, okay? Plant the hands, find your grip, externally rotate the arms. Let's find our crow, locking the knees into the elbows, heels to the butt. Here we go. Depression, core compression, right knee, left knee, lean, extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out. So the closer the face is to the ground, the more intense it becomes because it requires more depression strength to stabilize our spine like that. But the more strength you build. So over time, you can gradually start to lean more, and more. And that left knee, try to keep the left quad engaged towards the chest as that right one extends and the spine's locked. Let's go ahead and do our other side. Let's stretch out the wrist real quick. I am anyway. All right, guys. Remember, as the knees come off, lean, depress, extend. The more you can lean and depress, the easier extension becomes. Okay, hands, grip, external rotation. Lock the knees and the elbows, press through the ball of the feet. We're stacking here, protraction, depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Glutes are engaged, left knee, right knee. Here we go. Extend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we come out. Yeah, so as you extend, the body's gonna naturally kind of come into the banana shape or come back towards the ground. So the more I can depress, the easier it is to compress the core and keep that posterior pelvic tilt to try to keep my line as straight as possible. That's gonna be the safest, that's gonna build you the most strength, and then in the long term, have you the most healthy spine and allow you to have the most fun in life. So, let's go ahead and we're gonna do a second round of those. Let's catch our ujjayi. Relax your jaw, keeping the spine muscles engaged. You can soften and close the eyes. And one side definitely will probably be stronger than the other, but that's okay. That's why it's fun to do unilateral stuff, right? With a single limb to make sure we find that balance. Okay, guys, finding our crow position here. Knees into elbows, lean through. Let's go back to the right leg extension. Lean through, we're locking in. Okay, right knee off, left knee off, lean, extend, I'm depressed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, good job guys. Okay, left side, here we go. Remember, as I'm extended, I'm using my breath to scan my spine, depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, to feel that line where I'm strong at the bottom. One more breath here. Okay, left side. Here we go. Wrists, elbows, external rotation, bend, knee, press through, protract, deep press, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, left knee, right knee, lean, extend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. So even sometimes you can the spine's gonna do its thing, but just practice your breath and awareness in keeping depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt locked. All right guys, so that's all the crow stuff we have in level 3. Go ahead, call up your best friend, else in your wall, we're coming towards you. All right guys, so what's cool about this exercise is we're gonna use the wall to isolate our shoulders. So our feet are gonna go on the wall, but it allows us with our back against the wall, right? So we did negatives, chest towards the wall, now we're doing concentrics with our back towards the wall, because when our feet are grounded, it allows us to isolate the shoulders and just focus on that pushing strength, keeping that depression, core compression, and posterior pelvic tilt locked, okay? So once your pike push-ups down, this is a really fun one to start to work on. So when you come down, just come to about 90-90, and you wanna make sure that your jewelry, man bun, and all your accessories doesn't come towards the wall. So make sure you got enough space for your head. So right here is gonna be good for me. And then we're gonna do a kick up, and we're gonna kind of bend the knees here, where the feet are about at this level, okay? So my gaze is at my handstand position, okay? And now from here, I'm elevated, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. As I come down, what's tricky is I'm straight arm elevation, and now I'm coming to bent arm depression, okay? So as I come down, I'm keeping my 3 spinal cues locked. My feet stay grounded on the wall. I come down to the 90-90 position, and then I press out, okay? So let's go for 4 more. Inhale, come down, bend, come to 90-90, depression, compression, posterior pelvic tilt, and press out. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. And here we go. Go ahead and slowly kick off the wall. We're gonna come down. Go ahead and find your ujjayi. We're gonna do a second round of that, guys. So with the feet on the wall, also when you're at the bottom position, it's really nice to start to feel the strength and pressure at the bottom of the movement. And we got one accessory exercise after this, guys. If you happen to have medium parallettes or parallel bar access, this can be a huge benefit. That isolates now the shoulders to help yourself work on the hips if you're having trouble with the posterior pelvic tilt in the handstand push-up shape. Catch your ujjayi. Okay. Remember, we're following our breath. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, pushing up. At the bottom, we're depressing and protracting. Okay, having that turtle back shape, core compression. Posterior pelvic tilt is locked, starting from our depression. Exhale, pressing back out to a straight arm elevation. Last breath here. I'm gonna start to get my setup. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and kick up. Find your feet positioning, feet together, knees together. Okay, elevation, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Here we go. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Follow your breath. Here we go. Getting really good at those, guys. Going to build a ton of strength at the bottom. Remember, focus on locking the chain as you press out through the entire movement and have your feet guide you. Let's move on to our last exercise. If you have access to medium-sized parallettes or parallel bars, let's get it. Alrighty, guys, we're back in the center after that embarrassing struggle. I'm just kidding. So these guys right here can play a pretty big part in hand balancing. I use small ones as well because they do lift you off the ground to help give your body a little bit of distance until you can start to build up the grip strength and the close distance strength on the ground. So that last exercise we just did, like I said, since the feet are grounded, it allows us to isolate our shoulders to build that shoulder pushing strength. We're gonna use these guys to isolate our shoulders to ground our shoulders so we can isolate our hip strength and built it there. So like I said, if you have problems arching in the banana and keeping that lock, these are awesome. So I have pads right here. They're probably not gonna fit where I want anyway, but if you have barbell pads, right? The pads that you Velcro over a barbell, throw these on the P-bars and you're gonna have your shoulders rest on them just like this, okay? Let me adjust these. So once your shoulders are locked in, you're gonna place your grip. It's gonna be kind of like a V shape, right? Like a 90, and then you were to rotate another 90 degrees. If that's too mathematical, just imagine a little flippy. So let's get to it. We're gonna practice. So you're gonna be at the bottom, you're gonna have that crow shape, and then we're gonna do extensions, right? And it's gonna be easier to depress the shoulders because they're grounded, but then you can really focus on the core and glute strength to press the legs out. So I'm gonna go right here. Okay, and then from here, I'm gonna depress. These are kind of tall. The shorter ones will be easier, but then I'm gonna kind of kick up like so. Okay, so I'm depressed, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Find my gaze, I'm gonna extend here. Inhale. We're gonna go for 5, 4, 3, inhale, exhale, 2, last one, 1, and come out. Okay, my shoulders were on straight steel, but we're building a little bit of character today. We're gonna go for a second round. I hope the geometry of that makes sense between grounding. A body part allows you to isolate the other. So when you think of a pose on a plane and you break it up between the hips and shoulders, it really allows you to create exercises for you to build strength in a particular area. Catch your ujjayi. We'll do for sure another set, maybe a third. So yeah, the shape, guys, it's the same as those crow extensions. We're doing both feet now. And then in level 4, we're gonna be doing full bent arm hold double leg extensions. So these really help with that too. Okay, last ujjayi. Here we go. Grounding the shoulders. Okay, remember having the hands at that 90-90, but kind of at an angle. You're gonna depress the shoulders, the lats, the lattice, compress the core, engage the glutes. Exhale, extend the legs, locking your spine. Here we go. Okay, find your shape. Go ahead, come up to that position. Exhale, extend. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. Woo! Hi guys, I didn't have access to bar pass today. So if you want to do a third set, go ahead. I'm going to call it here, guys. Literally, you're the freaking best for supporting me. If you like my vlogs, please leave a comment. I promise I'll respond. I think they're really fun. I'm just trying to build community. All love, always, guys. See you in level 4. Namaste.